What's up, y'all? It's your girl Jay Rene with Prison Ride Radio. We hope that you're doing well. We got a brother on the phone right now that has the skill of writing, so we're gonna holler at him and see what's up with him. How you doing, bro?
All right, I'm doing great. Yourself?
I'm doing pretty awesome. Let's jump right in there. So, tell the people your name, where you from, and a little bit about yourself.
My name is Darris. I'm from Everett, Washington, and I'm incarcerated at Washington State Penitentiary. I've been down for 12 years, and my first 8 years, I was still in life, and I finally, using all the reflection, man, all the time that I've been down, that I had to reflect, man, and find the source of all the pain and stuff that I hadn't dealt with. And so I began to write, and I began to be able to examine my own thoughts through my writing. And it kind of sparked my evolution, and that's where I'm at today.
Okay, so let me ask you this. You have spent a significant amount of time, behind the G wall. What is something that's kept you motivated through this time?
Man, I think what's kept me motivated, man, is my purpose. And I finally found a purpose in my life, man. So my purpose is to help others find the best version of themselves. And so I find I get motivation every day. I get to run into these young cats, man, that deal with the same thing that I'm dealing with every single day. I have unlimited motivation in here,
Right.
And I try to talk with them and break it down, man. I got a little understanding with these people, man, and they put youngsters in my cell, man. They put the young guys who were first time in prison, man, and I get to break down to them, my experiences, what I've been through, and I get to lead, man. That's what I love to do, man. I find different ways to do that as much as I can. I even cut hair, man. When I cut someone's hair and I see the look in their face that they feel like the best version of themselves, man, that's my purpose, man. I find it many ways to do it, man, and I love it.
Damn, we can really appreciate that, bro. Thank you for doing that for the young cats. They be needing guidance, so it's good that they get to to get some good guidance from you. So there's a book that you and about 7 other incarcerated men were a part of called Enlightenment Behind Bars. So tell us more about that.
The Enlightenment Behind Bars is put together by Theresa Crabtree. She actually has some other books that she gives out to prisons, for free and stuff like that for the inmates, man. Some self-empowerment stuff. And so I had read one of her books, and I happened to write her, and I sent her a little bit of my writing, and she told me about this project. So there's eight of us that tell a bio of how we ended up in this situation, and a little bit about our lives and what brought us to this moment. And then we get to teach the lessons that we've learned from overcoming our adversity, and from all the experiences that we've shared in here.
Where can people find that?
It will be sold online. I think if you check out her Facebook, that they have all the information. It hasn't been published. It will be published in July.
Oh,
so we're waiting on the final publishing and everything. Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna
be everything will be put together, and it should be out in this next month.
Okay, congratulations on that. How did it feel to be a part of something like that? Like what crossed your mind?
I think I realized that I always had this idea that when I get out, I could do these things. When I come home, I could get these things started. And I think what I realized is that it starts now. I'm living my dream now. You know what I mean? I'm doing all those things that I want to do. I'm taking an AA degree in human services so that I can start a nonprofit to help at-risk teens in my community. I'm halfway through that. I'm writing this book. I'm writing my own book as well. About my life journey and my journey and stuff like that. So all the things that I thought that had to wait.
Right.
I'm living them. Now.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I've been able to. Yeah, I've been able to be published and do all those things from here. So It's beautiful. It's empowering.
Yeah, that's what's up. I'm glad you got that power, bro. You know what I mean? Y'all are very capable. Just because y'all behind the G wall don't mean that y'all can't do, reach goals and stuff like that. So that's what's up. That's what's up for real. So, you said that you have a book that you're working on. So tell us the name of it, and I think you got something, a snippet for us, right?
Yeah. Well,
Okay. Yeah.
I don't have a title to my book yet.
Okay.
You know, I'm still working on all the things, but what I learned from Theresa Crabtree with this book that we're doing now, the Enlightenment Behind Bars, is self-publishing. And
Right.
so I'm in the process of learning the self-publishing and also studying some grant writing stuff to get mine put together. But you know, it's gonna be about my life. You know, I've been through a lot of things, man, and I feel like I can overcome those things, man, by certain methods, man. And I'm gonna use those methods and try to give those keys away, man, because what is it without giving it away, man, to my brothers and sisters, you know?
That part for sure, bro. So, without further ado, let us get a little taste of your writing. Drop us off with a little snippet.
This portion of the writing is called "The Nature of Freedom." I walked around the track on the yard today, contemplating how the nature of our thoughts manifest in the physical world. I stopped for a moment, staring at the 3 razor wire fences confining me. The answer to my question laid in those barriers. I realized that most of my life, my thoughts were confined by desires born of scarcity and ignorance. I was pursuing short-term satisfaction and not the long-lasting fulfillment that I needed. I was leading myself and my peers down a long, winding road of delusion. We believed life was the pursuit of happiness, but what we understood to be happiness was short-term. A good meal can make you happy, or in our case, the momentary numbing of a narcotic agent could make us forget our constant fight for survival. We would achieve this short-term happiness only for it to quickly wear off and leave us empty, chasing the next illusion that will evaporate the moment we grasp it. We didn't have an understanding of long-lasting fulfillment. The fight for survival makes it hard to desire something you're uncertain you will live to see. I began to fully understand the difference between fulfillment and happiness while laying on death's doorstep. I've been shot twice during a confrontation over drugs, and I lay there, bleeding to death. The realization that I was about to die struck me. I was surprised by the nature of my thoughts in this moment. You would think fear would override every emotion in your dying moments, but an unprecedented calm and clarity overtook me. I could vividly see the reactions of my closest family members receiving the news of my death, and though no words were spoken or thought, I knew that I was unsatisfied with the impressions that I'd left on them in the world. There wasn't a moment where I thought about the reputation that I risked my life for, the friends I prioritized so many times, or the memories I created on the streets. The only moment of disappointment came with the realization that I dedicated my life to the things that would have no impact on my truest values. Obviously, I lived, but the fabric of my mind would forever be altered. It took me another 8 years to find the humility it takes to admit that everything that I risked my life for on a daily basis, the systems of belief I had created, and the values by which I lived were wrong. I was forced to deconstruct my life and start fresh. This time with the understanding that I get to consciously create my life and will be responsible for all that I become. 11.5 years into a 19-year sentence, I'm happier, or should I say more fulfilled than I ever was when I was free. This revelation caused me to question the nature of freedom. How is it that I can be so free behind these fences today and be mentally incarcerated in a free world? Just because you're wrong in your community, does that mean you're truly free? What confines you? Fear, addiction, sex, the pursuit of money? What about the opinion of your peers? How many of these fences stand between you and total freedom? Better yet, what does freedom mean to you? Finding my freedom behind these fences proved to me that freedom transcends our physical environment, making it a metaphysical state of mind, one that can be cultivated under the strictest confinements or lost in the most unrestricted environment. We're the jailers of our metaphysical prison. Mental incarceration is a product of attachment. When I attach my happiness to external things such as money, relationships, my reputation, they became the fabric of the fences confining me. Being that they are all external in nature, we can be separated from them in a moment's notice. Allowing these things to be the foundation upon which we build can be dangerous because we all know what happens when a leg is taken off a table. Instability. All these things had to be stripped from me in order for me to see the truth. If my source of happiness doesn't reside within me, it is impermanent and doesn't possess the ability to fulfill me. Attachments outside of ourselves, such as a relationship, can be addition to our intrinsic greatness, but cannot be the source. This discovery was my key. my mental release papers. This newfound freedom doesn't waver. It resides in one thing that I cannot be separated from, myself.
Yeah, that was cold, bro. Damn. And that can be
like
found
that?
in your, yeah, hell yeah. And that can be found in the writings that you're going to have coming out. Like, that's a...
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's just a very small portion of it. And like, I speak on a lot of stuff in prison, but I also speak on life itself, man, outside. Because I believe that it all transcends these walls that we live behind, you know?
Right, for sure. Well, thank you for sharing that with us. I ain't going to take up too much more of your time. Let me ask you this. Okay, here go a question. For, someone that's behind the G wall, and they trying to make it through their time, what is some advice that you would give them?
I would say stop looking outside of yourself. There is no excuses. I feel like we're the guides and goddesses of our mind, body, and essence, and I call that our universe. The way that we interpret the situations, like if we see a dark, cold universe, we automatically highlight the characteristics that make it true. So we are the creators of our reality, and we get to change. We get to pick what it is that we see, man. So we have to take control of that, take control of ourselves and our minds, our thoughts, by looking in the mirror and stop looking outside of ourselves for solutions.
Damn, that's some good advice, bro. Thanks for sharing it. So tell before, yeah, for sure. Tell the people how they can get in contact with you if they want to reach out to you.
I have an Instagram. It's _ God of My Universe. And I'm also on Facebook, Darris Drake. You guys can look me up on any of those. That's the only social media thing I have open at this point, though.
Okay, well, we're going to make sure that we look out for that. I appreciate you, bro, for sharing your work with us. We look forward to, chatting with you again. We definitely look forward to the publication that's going to come out in July and when you publish your journal.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm ready for that, too. I appreciate you guys and give me a moment to, share this with you guys. Thank you.
For sure. You got it, bro. This your girl, Jay Rene, with Prison Ride Radio. Peace.